At around 7:30 on an otherwise quiet morning, the illusion of safety collapsed without warning. A home, meant to protect, became the center of something deliberate, violent, and carefully chosen. Inside that house was Monica Coates, unaware that the danger she feared was already in motion. What happened next was not an accident. It was a decision. An engine roared, the distance closed, and in a matter of seconds, walls meant to shield her were no longer enough. In that moment, Monica understood something terrifying. The threat was no longer outside. It had arrived. But this story isn't just about one shocking act. It's about warnings that were raised, fear that was documented, and a system that stayed silent until the damage was done. Who was Monica Coates? What led to that morning? And how does a situation spiral to a point where escape is no longer an option? Stay with me, because the truth behind this case is more disturbing than it first appears. She thought the restraining order would keep her safe. She was wrong. One night, the man she was hiding from drove a truck straight into her home and then set it on fire. This is a real home, a real marriage. A devastating case of domestic violence turns deadly in San Diego as a husband is accused of driving his truck into his home and setting it on fire, killing his wife despite a restraining order against him. In a shocking and tragic incident in San Diego, a husband has been charged with murder and arson after allegedly driving his truck into his home and setting it ablaze, resulting in the death of his wife. And now the home has become a crime scene. The incident has left the community in shock and raised concerns about domestic violence, and a home that became a crime scene. Her name was Monica Coates. She was 61 years old. She lived in the Bay Park neighborhood of San Diego, California, a quiet residential area where people know their neighbors, walk their dogs in the mornings, and expect to feel safe in their own homes. Monica Coates was not a headline. She was not a number. She was not just another case. She was a wife. She had been married for many years. Marriage means two people promise to share life together. They promise to help each other. They promise to care for each other. At one time, Monica believed in that promise. She worked hard to keep her family together. She tried to be patient. She tried to understand. But sometimes, even when someone tries very hard, things still become difficult. And that was happening in Monica's life. Monica was also a neighbor. She lived near other people. People saw her often. Neighbors said Monica was polite. She smiled. She said hello. She did not cause trouble. She was the kind of neighbor who did not want problems. If something was wrong, she hoped it could be fixed calmly. She did not like drama. She did not like attention. She did not want to be in the news. She just wanted to live her life. She was a woman with a full life, routines, memories, and a home she cared about. As Monica grew older, she wanted peace more than anything. She did not want chaos. She did not want fear. She wanted to wake up in her own home and feel safe. She wanted to sleep at night without worrying. She wanted to live her days quietly. This is not too much to ask. Everyone deserves that. It is important to say this clearly. Monica did nothing wrong. She did not cause what happened to her. She did not deserve fear. She did not deserve harm. She tried to protect herself. She tried to follow the rules. She tried to do things the right way. That is why her story matters. Sometimes, when people hear true stories like this, they forget the person. They forget that this was a real woman with a real life. But we will not forget Monica. We will remember her as a kind woman, a calm woman, a woman who tried to do right, a woman who asked for help. She was not just someone in the news. She was someone who tried to handle her problems the right way, through the law, through the courts, and through proper channels. But on the morning of December 29, 2025, Monica's life ended in violence and terror, inside the very home where she believed she would be protected. Monica had been married to Stephen Coates, 62, for many years. From the outside, their life once appeared ordinary. They lived together in San Diego, California in Bay Park, raised children, and shared a home like many long-married couples. San Diego is a city near the ocean. It is known for warm weather and blue skies. Inside San Diego, there is a place called Bay Park. Bay Park is a quiet neighborhood. It is not loud. It is not busy like a big city center. Bay Park has small streets, family houses, trees and sidewalks, neighbors who know each other. People walk their dogs there. Children ride bikes. People wave when they pass by. It is the kind of place where people expect peace. She had lived there for a long time. This was not a new place for her. She knew the streets. She knew the neighbors. She knew the sounds of the area. When Monica woke up in the morning, she knew what to expect. That made her feel calm. For Monica, this house was her safe space. Monica's house was a normal house. It did not look special from the outside, but inside it held her life. It held her memories. It held items she cared about. It was the place where she believed she could be protected. But behind closed doors, something began to change. Friends and neighbors noticed this change. They saw Monica alone more often. Some said she looked worried at times, but she still tried to live normally. She still walked around the area. She still went about her day. She did not want to leave her home. This was the place she trusted. Over time, her marriage had become tense, unpredictable, and frightening. This was not a sudden argument. This was not a single bad day. It was a pattern. According to court records reviewed by ABC 10 News and People magazine, Monica began to fear her husband's behavior in late 2025. In November 2025, Monica took a step that many people struggle to take. She went to court and asked for help. She filed for a restraining order against her husband. In her court paperwork, Monica described Stephen's behavior as paranoid and erratic. At first, the changes were small. He became more angry. He became more upset. He worried about things that did not make sense. Monica noticed this, but she hoped it would pass. Then the behavior became more serious. She told the judge that Stephen believed she was conspiring with others to kill him. These beliefs were not grounded in reality, but to Stephen, they felt real. This made his behavior more frightening. Monica told the court that Stephen's fear had escalated to disturbing behavior. According to the restraining order application, this was not normal behavior. This made Monica feel unsafe and afraid. Stephen also talked about weapons. He asked other people if he should get a gun. Hearing this made Monica even more scared. When someone talks about hurting others or using weapons, it is a serious warning sign. NBC San Diego reported that Monica also stated Stephen had booby-trapped their home and had previously been taken away by police under a psychiatric hold, meaning authorities believed he might be a danger to himself or others. These were not small warning signs. They were loud alarms. Even with all this fear, Monica did not try to fight back. She did not yell. She did not hurt anyone. Instead, she thought carefully about what to do. She wanted to stay safe. She wanted the problems to stop without anyone getting hurt. Monica chose to go the legal way. She went to court. She did not exaggerate. She did not lie. She simply explained how unsafe she felt. This took courage. Speaking about fear is not easy, especially when it involves someone close to you. A restraining order is a legal tool meant to protect someone who is afraid they may be harmed. When a judge signs it, it becomes enforceable by law. In Monica's case, the court agreed that her fear was valid. According to ABC 10 News, the judge granted the restraining order, and it became active on December 1, 2025. The order stated clearly, Stephen Coates was not allowed to contact Monica. He was not allowed to come near her. He was not allowed to return to the home after the restraining order was issued. For Monica, this was a big step. It meant the law was on her side. It meant someone had listened. It meant she was not alone anymore. The restraining order represented hope. There was now a boundary that should not be crossed. Stephen moved out of the house. Monica remained there alone. Their adult children no longer lived at home. But a restraining order is only a piece of paper. Cannot stop someone's thoughts. Cannot physically block a person who chooses to break the rules. It only works if the other person follows it. Monica did not know that the danger was still very close. She had done everything she was supposed to do. She had spoken up. She had gone to court. She had followed the law. She had trusted the system. Many people believe that once a restraining order is given, everything will be okay. Monica believed that too. It is a normal thing to believe. But sometimes, even when people do everything right, danger still finds them. The morning of December 29, 2025, began quietly in Bay Park. It was early. The sun had not fully risen. Most people were still inside their homes, starting their day. No one knew that within minutes, a crime would unfold that would shock the entire neighborhood. Monica was inside her home. She believed she was safe. She had followed the law. She had asked for help. She had a restraining order. She trusted that the danger had passed. But that morning, something went very wrong. Stephen came back to the house. He was not supposed to be there. The court had told him to stay away, but he did not follow the rules. At approximately 7:30 in the morning, something violent and deliberate happened. According to NBC San Diego, Stephen Coates drove his pickup truck straight into the house where Monica lived. This was not an accident. Monica was inside when it happened. She immediately realized that something was terribly wrong. Fear gripped her, but she did not freeze. Instead, she reached out for help. Monica called 911. She spoke with the operator and explained exactly what was happening. During the call, she said that her husband had intentionally crashed his truck into her home. She was alive, she was conscious, and she was asking for help. At the same time, neighbors were calling the police as well. Several told reporters that they had seen the crash. One neighbor even said they heard screams coming from inside the house. After the crash, smoke began rising from the home. Then flames appeared. The house, which had once felt safe, quickly became dangerous. Monica was trapped inside. According to ABC 10 News, the fire was not very large at first, but it grew fast. Neighbors could see smoke and hear distressing sounds coming from inside. Police officers and firefighters were dispatched immediately. They arrived as quickly as they could. Their lights lit up the street. Neighbors watched from outside, scared and confused. Those screams would later haunt the people who lived nearby. Monica was still inside. She was still fighting to survive. Within 10 minutes, officers and firefighters reached the house. Their lights flashed against the morning sky. According to NBC San Diego, officers saw both smoke and flames coming from the home. They called out loudly, asking if anyone was inside. There was no response. At that point, officers made the decision to enter the house despite the danger. Inside, the smoke was thick. The heat was intense. Conditions were extremely hard, even for trained responders. Still, the officers went in. They searched room by room, hoping to find Monica alive, hoping to save her. Eventually, they reached the primary bedroom. There, they found Monica Coates. She was gone. Police later said her injuries were consistent with being burned, according to NBC San Diego and People magazine. In another part of the house, police found Stephen. He was alive but injured, hiding in a bathroom. He was taken out of the house, treated at the scene, and transported to a hospital. The fire was extinguished. The house grew quiet again. But Monica was no longer there. By this time, investigators knew this was no accident. This was a crime scene. Once the fire was out, homicide detectives took over. The Metro Arson Strike Team joined the investigation to determine how the fire started. According to NBC San Diego, investigators concluded that the truck crash was intentional. The damage was strong and direct. It showed clearly that the truck did not hit the house by accident. After further study, investigators learned that the fire had also been started deliberately. This meant two serious things had happened. First, the house was hit on purpose. Second, the fire was started on purpose. Both actions showed clear intent to cause harm. The police also reviewed the restraining order. Stephen was not allowed to be at the house. The court papers were clear. He had to stay away from Monica and from her home. Stephen Coates was responsible for both criminal acts. After receiving treatment, he remained in police custody while investigators continued to examine his actions. Police spoke with neighbors to find out what people had seen and heard that morning. All of this information helped the officers understand the timeline of events, a clear order of what happened first, next, and last. They also listened to the 911 calls, which showed how quickly everything happened and how Monica tried to get help. From all of this, police reached a clear understanding. They believed Monica was the victim of a serious crime. She had been targeted, and she had tried to protect herself. Monica's case remained in the minds of many officers and neighbors. It became a reminder that safety warnings must always be taken seriously and acted on quickly. Neighbors later spoke about how sad it was to hear what happened. Many said they still think about that morning. Many said they wished they could have done more. The house in Bay Park was later closed off. It became a place of sadness and reflection. Neighbors placed flowers nearby. Some stood quietly, thinking about Monica. The community felt the full weight of what had happened. Monica Coates' story is sad, but it is very important. It is important because it is about a real person. It is about a woman who lived, cared, and tried to protect herself. It is not just a story about crime. It is a story about safety, listening, and kindness.